Hello, I'm Jack. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Practical Programming with Dr. Su. In this video series, you will learn everything you need to get started with WebGPU Graphics Programming. In the last video, we discussed how to map an image texture onto the sync surface. In this video, I will explain how to use the texture framework created in the last video to create a 3D simple peaks surface with texture. In order to create textures, I have added 9 images to the DRST assets folder as we did in the last video. Those images have same size of 512 by 512 pixels and same PNG format. Here are 9 images we are going to use in this example. The peaks function is more complicated than the sync function presented in the last video. Here is a math function for the peaks. It is a function of two variables x and z. It can be obtained by translating and scaling Gaussian distributions, which is very useful for demonstrating 3D surface plots. This will be a short video because the code used to create our textured peaks function has been already implemented in the last video. This example simply illustrates how easy it is to create a textured 3D simple surface in WebGPU applications based on our framework. All you need to do is to provide your own math function to describe your surface. Here we will use the Git tool to clone the source code used in the last video. Here is the download link at GitHub repository. From this link, you can download all the source code used in the last video. Now open a command prompt window and run the following command: git clone and paste this link. This will generate WebGPU 37 folder on your local machine. This folder contains the source code used in the last video. Now we want to change this folder name to GPU 38. Rename and cd into it. At this point, we are going to start Visual Studio Code with the command code period. This is Visual Studio Code interface. Okay, we can close this welcome page. Here contains all the source code used in the last video. Now open a new terminal window and run the command npm install to restore all the npm packages used in this example. Okay, finished. Now all the installed packages are stored in the node modules folder. Unlike the example discussed in the last video, this example does not require much coding. Instead, we only need to make small changes to the index.html and main.ts files. First, open the index.html file from DRST folder. First, we need to change the 37 to 38 because this is the 38th video series. Another change is H1 title. We need to change the sync to peaks. The input parameter here we used in this example will be the same as was used in the last video. So we don't need to make any more changes to this file. So we can now save this file. Next, we need to make some modifications to the main.ts file. From src folder, open main.ts file. Here we need to make change for the sync function. We need to replace it with the peaks function. Inside this create shape, here we call simple surface data. Here the sync we also need to replace by the peaks. Another thing is we need to change this input parameters for the peak functions. So here 8 we need to change to 3, okay, here 3, 50, we use 51, and 2 we keep this, point 3 we use 0 to get a better looking peaks. Okay, the default parameter here we use the same as the last video, so we don't need to make any change, including the user provide the input parameter. We also use the same as in the last video, so we don't need to make any more changes. So now we finish the modification to the main.ts file, so we can now save this file. Up to now, we have finished all the programming. Now we can run the following command on the terminal window to bound our TypeScript code in production mode. npm run prod. Okay, the bound file is created successfully. Now we can click the Go Live link to open Chrome Canary to view our peak surface. So click this link. Okay, here is our textured peak surface with the default lighting and texture displayed on this page. From this drop-down menu, you can select different images. For example, here is earth, grass, Grand Canyon, 九寨沟, marble, New York City, wood, Yellowstone, and then let's go back to the default breaks. You can also play around with the different U lengths and V lengths. I will not discuss it here. Now we have completed this example. Most examples presented in this video series are based on my recently published book, Practical WebGPU Graphics. From this link, drsu.net.com, you can see the details about this book. I have created a GitHub repository to host the source code used in this video series. From this link, you can download the source code used in this video series. I also created a live demo at this link. This demo shows the live results by running the example projects presented in this video series. I will end this video here. See you next time. Bye.